Welcome everybody. We'll shortly be joined by everyone. I just want to make sure every one of you guys have your pencils, pens, notebooks ready. I also want to say thank you very much for continuing to submit your videos. It's been awesome for us to see your handwritten work in North America WhatsApp group and on Flipgrid. Believe me, when we started these sessions and talking to Aparnadi about this, and studying here today on session 13, I had not contemplated collecting almost 270 plus videos from all of you. So a lot of credit goes to you guys for making this successful. Arna, you cannot hear me, Agamya. I don't know why. Didi, can you hear me?
I can totally hear you. Yes, Priya.
So Agamya, if you're not able to hear, I would say disconnect and join back. That might be a Zoom issue. We've had in the morning session the same thing. But we are here, we are having fun. I am going to turn over to your teacher, Miss Ashi, and we'll start the session from there.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ashi.
Good morning, good afternoon, Jai Jinendra, to wherever you are. So before beginning the session, let's start with an Avkar mantra. I would request you all to join your eyes and, to close your eyes and join your hands. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sab Sahunam, Eso Panch Namo Karo Sab Pava Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Sabvesim, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sav Sahunam, Eso Panch Namo Karo, Sabva Pava Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Sabvesim, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sav Sahunam, Eso Panch Namo Karo Sab Pava Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Sabvesim, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Padimam Havai Mangalam. बोलो भक्तामर महास्तोत्र की जय, आदिनाथ भगवान की जय, आचार्य मानतुंग जी महाराज की जय, जिन शासन जिन देव जी की जय, 24 तीर्थंकर भगवान की जय. First of all, I welcome you all and a big thanks to all of you for joining this. We are in our 13th session. So from now onwards, we'll be a little bit like fast forwarding it. Why? Because like now Acharya Manatungaji has, he has grown up. So now he wants us all to break the locks quickly. Now we know like how to break the locks. So since we are aware with that knowledge, so we need to like little bit furnish it. So let's start the locks. Like we'll break 2 locks in a day, which means like we'll be covering 2 shlokas in a day from now onwards, like from each session. So the first one, like we'll go with the 13th number shloka. And yeah, so the structure is a little bit different from now onwards. So we'll move meditation session to the last, and we'll start with the pronunciation and word by word meaning and the explanation of the stotra. Where can you enable my screen sharing?
Yes, Ashish, doing it now. Go ahead.
Okay, so we'll start with the pronunciation. Before that, Anyone wants to recite, like so far what we have covered, all the 12 shlokas?
So I have Anvesha. I'm going to unmute you, Anvesha.
Bhaktamar pranatamulimani pramana Modyotakam dalita papatamo vitanam Samyapanam ajanapada yugam yugada Palambanam bhavajale patatam jananam यः संस्तुतः सकलवाङ्मय तत्त्वबोधा धूतभूतभूतिपटुभिः सुरलोकनाथे स्तोत्रे जगत्रितय चित्तहरेरुदारे स्तोषे किलाहमपि तं प्रथमं जिनेन्द्रम् भूत्या विनापि विबुधा चित्तपादपीता स्तोतुं समुद्यतमतिर्विगतत्रपोऽहं बालं विहाय चलसंस्थितमिन्दुबिम्ब मन्यकरिष्यति जलसहसा ग्रहीतुम् वक्तुं गणाकरसमुद्रशशाङ्ककान्त कस्तेषमासुरगुरुप्रतिमोऽपि भूत्या कलपान्तकालपवनो तत् नक्रचक्रम् को वा तरीतुमलमं पुनिधिं पूजाभ्याम् सोऽहं तथापि तव भक्तिवशान् मुनीश कर्तुं सों विगतशक्तिरपि प्रवृत्ता आत्मवीर्यमविचार्य मृगेन्द्रम् नावीत किं निजशिशो परिपालनार्थम् अल्पश्रुतं श्रुतवतां परिहासतां त्वद्भक्तिरेव मुखरे गुरुदेवलानाम् यत् कोकिला मधुरं विरोति तच्चारुचित्तकलिका निखरे कहितु. That's all I know.
Okay, very good. No
Thank you
problem.
so much.
Thank you so much, Anvesha. Anyone else
So
who wants
somebody-
to recite?
So do you know what stotra she ended at? And I want somebody to see they can continue after that stotra.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Kisha Jain. Kisha, can you start?
Can I start from the beginning?
It'll be nice if we can start from where she ended so that we can complete 12. But it's up to you, Kisha, whatever you like.
I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
Bhaktamara pranatamonimani prabhana Modhyutakam dalita papatamuvitanam Samyakranam jena yugam yugada Valamanam bhavajale patatam jananam Yasastuta sakalavangayatatvabodha Dubhuda buddhi patubhi suralokanathe स्तोत्रै जगत्रितयचित्तहरैरुदारै स्तोषैकिलाहमपि तं प्रथमं जिनेन्द्रम् बुद्ध्या विनापि विबुधार्चितपादपीठ स्तोतुं समुदितमतिर्विगतस्रपोऽहं बालं विहाय जलसंस्थितमिन्दुबिम्ब नान्यक इच्छति क्षणसहसा गृहीतुं वक्तुं गुणान् गुणसमुं शशाङ्ककान्त कस्तेषमसुरगुरुप्रतिमोऽपि बुद्ध्या कल्पान्तकालपवनोदतनाकृचक्रं को वा तरितुमलममुनिधिम्बुजाभ्याम् सोऽहं तथापि तव भक्तिवशान् मुनीश कर्तुं स्तवं विगतशक्तिरपि प्रवृत्त प्रीत्यात्मवीर्यमविचार्य मृगेन्द्रं नाभीति किं निजशिशो परिपालनार्थम् अल्पश्रुतं श्रुतवतां परिहासधाम त्वद्भक्तिरेव मुखरीकुरुते बलान्मान् यत्को किल मलौ मधुरं विरोति तच्चारुच्यूतकलिकनिकरे कहेतु.
What संस्तवेन?
तत्संस्तवेन भवसंस तति सन्निबद्धं पापं शनाशयमुपैति शरीरभाजाम् आक्रान्तलोकमलिनीलमं शेषमाशु सूर्यं सुभिन्नमिव शावरमन्धकारम् न त्वेति नातमः संसवनं मयेद मारभ्यते तनुरियापि तव प्रभावात् चेतो हृष्यति सतां नलिनीदलेषु
Mukta.
मुक्ताफल मुक्ताफल
Yuti.
द्युतिमुपैति ननूदबिन्दु आस्तान्तव स्तवनमस्तु समस्तदोषं त्वत्
Kovatari.
कोवातरितुमलमः
Tvatsankathapi.
आस्तान्तवस्तवनमस्त समस्तदोषं त्वत्संकृतापि जगतां दुरितानि हन्ति दूरे सहस्रकिरण कुरुते प्रभैव
Padmakareshu.
पद्मकरेषु जलजानि विकासभाञ्जे
Yadbhutam. Do not worry, like no one is judging you. Natyadbhutam. Bhuvana.
नाट्यद्भुतं भुवनभूषण भूतनाथ भूतगुणभुवि भवन्तमभिष्णुवन्त तुल्या भवन्ति भवतो ननु तेन किं वा
Bhutyashritam.
भूत्याश्रितं यहि हनात्मसमान् करोति दृष्ट्वा भवन्ति भवतो ननु तेन किं नो दृष्ट्वा भवन्ति दृष्ट्वा भवन्त मणिमेष विलोकनीयं नान्यत्र दोषमुपयाति जनस्य चक्षु पेत्वा पय शशिकरद्युतिदुग्ध सिन्धु चारं जलं जलनिधिरसितुं क एचित् ये शान्तिरागरुचिः परमाणुभिस्त्वम्
Nirma.
निर्मापितस्त्रिभुवने कलनामभूत तावन्त एव खलु ते वैरूपमस्ति यत्ते समानमपरं नैरूपमस्ति.
Very good. Very good. Very well tried. It takes a lot of courage to chant all these shlokas without seeing. Very good. Everyone, please give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Keshav.
You're welcome.
Also, thank you to Namra, who was sitting behind you and reciting with you loud enough that we could hear him. So Ashish, they're brothers, sisters. They stay outskirts of Chicago, Illinois. And I've known them since Siddhachalam days. So very proud of seeing them grow up so much.
Very good. Okay, so seems like you are now well versed with 12 shlokas. So now let's move on to the pronunciation for 13th number shloka. Okay, there we go. First we have is Vaktang, Vaktang, Kvate, Kvate, but we pronounce it together. So it's Kvate, Sur Narorag Netra Hari. So we'll divide this word into three parts. First is, as you can see in the diagram, Surna, Surna plus Urak plus Netra Hari. So it would be Sur Narorak Netra Hari. Vaktang, Vaktang means face. Vaktang, Kvate, Kvate. Kwa means what or where. Te means yours. Vaktang, Kvate, Sur Nar. Sur here refers to the devas like Indras, and Nar means humans. So Sur Nar, Urak, Sur Narorak, Netrahari, the one who captures our eyes. Netrahari means which captivates our eyes. Like if you see at something, so you feel like mesmerized by seeing that. So something which captivates our eyes, it means Netrahari. So Vaktank Kwate Sur Narorak Netrahari. Second line, Neha Shesha, Neha Shesha, Neha Shesha means entirely, completely. Nirjita, Nirjita, Nirjita means the one who has conquered. Nirjita, Jagat, Jagat, Jagat means world. Nihashesha, Nirjita, Jagat, Tritayopamanam. So again, we'll divide this word. Tritya plus Upamanam. Tritya plus Upamanam, which will be Trityopamanam. Tritya means three. Upamanam means the glory. So three worlds. Lord of the three realms or Lord of the three worlds. Nihashesha, Nirjita, Jagat, Tritayopamanam. I'll repeat, Tritayopamanam. Nihashesha, Nirjita, Jagat, Tritayopamanam. Bimbam, Bimbam. Bimbam means image or reflection. Bimbam, Bimbam. Kalanka, Kalanka. Kalanka means blur or dull. Bimbam, Kalanka. Malinam. Malinam means untidy or which is not clean. Malinam, Malinam. Then again we have Kwa that we had in the first line, which means what or where. Kwa, Nishak Rasya, Nishak Rasya. I'm explaining like word by word also, side by side. So just you can note down. Nishak Rasya. So Nishak Rasya here refers to the moon. Nishak Rasya means moon, the reflection of moon. Bimbam, Kalanka, Malinam, Kwa, Nishak Rasya. Bimbam, Kalanka, Malinam, Kwa, Nishak Rasya. Next is Yad, Yad. Yad is derived from the word Yad, which means that or who. Yad, Vasare, Vasare. Vasare means day. Yad Vasare, we pronounce it together. Yad Vasare, Bhavati. Bhavati is a verb which means to be or to happen. Yad Vasare, Bhavati, Bhavati, Pandu Palasha Kalpam. So again, we'll split this word into three parts. Pandu plus Palasha plus Kalpam. Pandu Pandu means yellow. Palash. Palash means it's a kind of a leaf which is yellow in color and it's somewhat like dull. It is of no use, like a withered leaf. Pandu, Palasha, Kalpam. Kalpam. Kalpam means equal. Yad Vasare, Yad Vasare, Bhavati, Pandu, Palasha, Kalpam. I'll go over the pronunciation of entire shloka one more time and then we'll sing it. So some people pronounce like the first word as Vaktram, but according to the like original Hindi and what our saints wrote it, so the correct pronunciation is Vaktang. Because it's ending with na and it's the another word is starting with ka, so it won't be like ma. Like the dot here is ang, like the one that we use for manitungaji. So it's the same ang. So Vaktang, Kvate, Surnar, Surnarorak, Netrahari, Nihashesha, Nirjita, Jagat, Tritayopamanam, Bimbam, Kalanka, Malinam, Kwa, Nishaka, Rasya. Bimbam, Kalanka, Malinam, Kwa Nishaka, Rasya. Yadvasare, Bhavati, Pandu, Palasha, Kalpam. Yad Vasare Bhavati Pandu Palasha Kalpam. I hope like the pronunciation is clear. So now we'll sing it, how it looks like when you'll sing. Vaktang Kvate Sur Naro Ragnetra Hari Nihashesh Nirjit Jagatrit Yopamanam Bimbam Kalank Malinam Kvanishakarasya Yadvasare Bhavati Pandu Palash Kalpam. Is the pronunciation clear to everyone? You can just like thumbs up on your screen.
Ashish, there is one hand up.
Yeah.
I do not know what it's for. So I'll unmute Neil. Neil, please go ahead.
Yeah.
What?
What you want to recite?
Yeah, I want to recite. Could I get a chance to recite?
Yeah, you will get a chance to recite like once we complete the stotra, this shloka. So at the end, everyone like you will get the chance to recite.
Mm-hmm.
Should I
One
move
more
forward?
hand. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, like in the shloka, so there are few things which are very important, like face that I have marked. First word face. So face here refers to the face of Lord Adinatha. Bimbam and moon, Nishaka Rasya. It means like the image of moon. And what time? So it's in the daytime. You can see like I have marked the words with the red color. So these are like very important words in this entire shloka. And rest of the meanings I have already told. So I hope it's clear to you.
Ashiji, before you move forward, there's a request to sing it one more time.
Okay.
The stotra before you move to the next part, or maybe you're doing it here. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Vakrang kvate sur naro ragnetrahari Nishaish nirjit jagatrit yopamanam Bimbam kalank malinam kvadishakrasya Yadvasare bhavati pandupalashkalpam. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, you'll see like there is the moon, and there is another moon in which Lord Adinath is there, and there is this lame person who's like bent down on his knees, and there are Indras. In the side is Acharya Manatungaji, and there is one person who is in the shape of a snake. So what that snake refers to? Anyone?
I have the hand up from Kashvi. Please go ahead.
I don't know for sure, but maybe it's Lord Parshvanath.
Mm-hmm. Well tried.
I've got Neil Nanpura next. Neil, please go ahead.
I think it's probably because he did like a lot of bad karma. So then Lord Adinath needed him, was compelled to put him in the form of a snake.
Very good. Good. So we have like, okay, so through the snake is here because through that snake, we are representing like all kinds of, people or deities. So some deities are in the form of snake, as Kashvi mentioned, like Lord Parshvanath. So that's why like there are humans, there are Indras, and there are snakes also. And everyone is doing what? They are worshipping Lord Adinatha. So in this shloka, so Acharya Manatungaji has highlighted like the quality of face, the beauty of face of Lord Adinatha, that his beauty, like his glory, is so high, like it's so superior that everything, as we like discussed in the previous shloka as well, that everything gets paid in front of the beauty of his body. In the first shloka, we heard that his feet are so powerful, they are so beautiful that everything else is faded. So as head and face are like the most prominent parts of the body, so that's why here he has focused over the face. So as you can see, like there is this light emitting from the face of Lord Adinath over here, and there is moon also. So why there is like so there is a comparison made of the face of Lord Adinath along with the moon. So what happens is, like you will see that in some other shlokas, so there will be like comparison of Lord Adinath's face with the moon, with the light of the moon. Why? Because the light of the moon is so bright, like so magnificent, that it shines like the entire world. But what Acharya Manatungaji is saying in this stotra, that this is not a right comparison. Why? Because as moon, so moon is only visible in the daytime or in the night time. Can you see moon in the daytime? No. Like during some occasions, I will say yes, in like particular months, Indian months, but rest of the time, the moon is only visible in the night time. And there is another thing, like you can see moon in different shapes, like it's never constant. Sometimes like there is no moon, sometimes there is half moon, like its size fluctuate, and sometimes there is full moon. But Acharya Manatungaji is saying that face of Lord Adinath, it's constant, and the light emitting from that is constant. So he is saying, like, my Almighty, how aesthetically pleasing do you appear? Like you are so beautiful. And whosoever, like Indras and other dev, who make comparison of your face with the moon is not right. Because at some point of time, moon fades away. But your face, the beauty of your face never fades away. And in the last line, he has made comparison of the moon with the leaf. So there is this leaf like palash, it's a kind of a tree, and it has yellow colored leaves, which are withered leaves, like they are of no use. So just like the beauty of the moon, it fades away with the sunlight. When the sunlight comes, so the beauty of the moon goes. Similarly, the beauty of that leaf also goes away. So there is like direct comparison that you are not like moon. Your beauty is far more superior than the beauty of the moon. That is the only comparison made over here. So moon also has like some spots, and moon is not basically flawless over here. But what Acharya Manatungaji is trying to say, that serenity of your face is just flawless. There are no flaws in it, and no one can find the flaws any time. It's like the beauty is matchless. It's incomparable to anything. So comparing the beauty of face with the moon is not a right thing over here. That's all the meaning refers to. Purpose. So the first purpose is for preventing theft and fear on journeys. So suppose if you are going somewhere, some people like have a fear of sitting in planes. Some people have a fear of sitting in trains. Like people have different fear while traveling. So during that time, you can chant this shloka to get rid of that fear. And along with that, like suppose if you're going somewhere and you always have that, okay, if my house will be safe or not, what if thief will come, or what like if you have like some important things in the house, so you always have that constant fear in your mind even if you are away from the house. So at that time you can chant this shloka to get rid of any kind of fear in your mind, be it the fear of journey, like your travel fear, or be it the fear of theft. The another important purpose of this shloka, it helps to find the missing thing. Now that missing thing could be anything. It necessarily need not to be like just your phone or your keys. Even like person, we have applied this shloka over the persons also. So this is like my personal experience. So when back in India, so we had like a maid servant, and one day she came and she was like crying, and she was not in her senses. Then we asked like what happened. So she told that my son is missing. I cannot find him. And then so like we suggested her to go to police station, report, and all the like formalities that we do. But along with that, we suggested her to chant this 13th number shloka. So we did that like for 3 days, continuously 3 days, me, my parents, and that servant that we had. So she was not a Jain, but still like because she wanted to find her son, and it's very painful for a mother if her kid like went missing. So she did it like with full faith, devotion, and continuously she did it. So after 3 days, like the police, so like police came with her son. But the interesting fact here was that her son was not able to speak, and he was 6 years old. So he had like no idea where his house was, and the police found him because like someone just said that okay, we had like a locality which was I guess 20 kilometers away from my house. So her son was there, and nobody had any idea like how he reached there because he had no money and he cannot speak. He had some like speaking issues, but by the chanting of that shloka, he returned home. But there is like it's still a mystery that how he got back to him. Like police, just the nearby police, so someone contacted him that we found this boy on the railway station, and they like then police contacted, and then because there was an FIR and there were like photos everywhere, so he returned. So that's why I would say like you can chant this shloka if any of your major thing is missing. Do not try that, okay, my pen is missing, let me just find it by doing it. It might work, it might not work, but if anything like major is missing, be it your house keys or your phone, sometimes we have like innumerable cases through which like missing things are found by this shloka. So anything is missing, you can chant this shloka. And the best way is like at least chant for 3 days, 3 times a day, 27 times, or maybe like 108 times, as much as you will chant, like you'll get the benefit. So you can chant as much as you can, at least like 3 times, or complete Bhaktamar as well to find the missing thing. So that's the purpose of this shloka. Now I would like to invite Arav to narrate the story. And after that, we give you the chance for reciting the Stotra.
Ashi, I'm just curious. Are we doing the both stotras together? 14?
Yes. So story, like firstly we'll do for this shloka number 13, and then once we move on to the pronunciation, explanation of shloka 14, then we'll do the story of 14.
Okay. So out of the story of shloka 13th only for right now.
Yeah.
Let me unmute Arav.
Jai Jinendra, everybody. Today I will be saying the story of the 13th shloka. This too is a story from the Middle Ages. Emperor Karna was seated on the throne, and there was a conference of all religions at the court. Scholars, yogis, pundits, poets, and artists were present, and everybody spoke about the greatness of his own religion. Emperor Karna was not impressed. Suddenly, a man said that he could give people darshan of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Ganesh, and Buddha. In reality, he was a fraud trying to take people for a ride. Those days, some people used to impress others by putting on the disguise of gods, thereby commercializing God. Such things do not have a very good effect on people, and the Jains never allowed such things. Karna wanted to make his kingdom secular, whereas his minister Sumati wanted to establish Jain religion there. The man in disguise suddenly disappeared, and a voice was heard. Beware, Shankarji is arriving. People witnessed Lord Shankar sitting on Nandi with garland of snakes around his neck and ash smeared on his forehead. People admired and hailed victory to Lord Shiva. This way, all of the other gods also appeared. Some people were annoyed. On the 4th day, the arrival of Lord Jinendra Dev was announced. Sumati was annoyed and thought that only a person who undertakes great austerities can put on the disguise of Jinendra Dev, Lord Jinendra Dev. So, Sumati started chanting the 13th shloka of the Bhaktamar Stotra with Riddhi Jap and Mantra Jap. Chakreshwari Devi appeared in her divine splendor and mounted on the chest of the fraudster and said, "If you want to become Jinendra Dev, then leave the path of falsehood and violence." He begged the Devi to pardon him and promised not to put on the disguise of gods anymore. People shouted in joy, "Hail the Jain religion!" And Emperor Karna announced that all his kingdom would follow the Jain religion. The end.
Thank you, Arav, sorry. Okay, so can anyone tell like the moral of the story?
I'm going to call on, sorry, Ashiji, Namra.
To never be a fraud.
Okay, very good.
Next, I'll unmute Pragya Jain. And kids, I honestly ask you, please write, you can go in and rewrite your name. Sometimes you're calling your parents' name and your name. It's easier for the teacher to call you by your name. So if you can type your name, it's very easy. You can go and change it. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the moral of the story is to not don't pretend to be who you're not.
Very good. Very good. Anyone else wants to give a try?
I've got Jainesh Shah. Go ahead, Jainesh.
I forgot.
Jainesh, go ahead. Hello. Okay, I'll share. Next one I'll unmute is Misha and Umang.
I think the moral is, so it's kind of dedicated to the Bob of the 13th Shloka. So so Badrinath, he was chanting the 13th Shloka, and it does help to find the missing things. So maybe he was chanting to find the real gods.
Very good, very good. So Arav, you have like very beautifully narrated this entire story. What do you think can be the moral? Or like, do you want to share your perspective of moral with class?
Let me see if he's unmuted. Arav, sorry, you were muted. I've unmuted you now.
Okay. The moral, I think the moral of the story is that the Bhaktamar Stotra, if you chant it with faith and devotion, even if you are chanting it, it could also help other people that you are chanting it to.
Yes, very good, very good.
Interesting.
So how do you think like, okay, so if I'm chanting it, how do you think like it will benefit some other person? Anyone?
Because like the other person like might be like curious and like ask you what you're saying, and then like the other person might also learn it when you tell them what it is.
Okay. But isn't it like according to the karma theory in Jainism? So whatever we do, like it will go into our own account. Like we cannot take karma we cannot acquire anyone else karma, and no one else can acquire our good or bad karmas. So how does that will work? If we are chanting or if we are doing something, isn't it like that should fall into our karmas, like into our account?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
take this question for homework. Like just think over it, just reflect over it once, that how it works, like if someone else is chanting for us or if we are chanting for someone else. So how does that thing work? We'll discuss this tomorrow in the class. Just a brainstorming activity.
Okay.
Okay. So now moving, okay. Anyone wants to recite this shloka number 13, and then we'll move on to shloka 14 because we have time constraint.
So I'll unmute Krita. Krita, please go ahead. Only Stotra 13.
Jai Jinendra. Bhaktrang Bate Suranarong Netra Hari Nihashesh Nirjit Jagati Oyapamanam Bimbam Kalankam Malinam Kvani Shakaresya Yadvasare Bhavati Bandupalashakalpam.
Very good. Very good. Two more quickly. Like
Okay. I've got next Jainesh Shah.
Vakrangote Surana Urayinatrahari Neshasha Nirdita Jagat Tritaya Upamanam Bimbam Kalankamalinam Vanishakarsha Yadwasir Bhavati Pandupashalpam.
Palashakalpam. Very good. Good try.
Last, I'm unmuting Saina.
Neil's not gonna say it.
You didn't say it right. Not how before us.
Can I say the mantra jap and riddhi jap?
Yeah, along with the shloka for 13 shloka. Yeah.
Om, Reem, Shrim, Hum, Sa, Pram, Pram, Dream, Tram, Dream, Tram, Draha, मोहिनी सर्वजनः वशं कुरु स्वाहा ॐ भा न अष्ट सिद्धि क्रौं हम लव्यं यतय नमः ॐ नमो भगवते सौभाग्याय रूपाय वीं नमः
Very good.
ॐ वीं
And the shloka as well?
Shloka. Try करो.
वक्तं कते शरणरोग नहीं त्रहारि निशेषने जत जगत् त्वदय पमानं बिम्बं कलङ्कमलिनं क्वनिशाकरस्य यद्वा सरे भवति पाण्डुपलाशकल्पम्.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you, Saina. Okay. So now we'll move forward to the 14th number shloka. I hope 13th is clear. And if anyone has any question, you can write it, or else like we'll take in the end of the session. Okay, one thing is there, like in both the shlokas, so 13th and 14th, Acharya Manitangaji has focused over the beauty of the face. That's why like face and as well as like moon and face are very important elements in both these shlokas. So we'll know like why. Okay. First is Sampurna. Sampurna. Sampurna, which means entire or complete in itself. Sampurna. Mandala. Mandala. Mandal means something which is round in shape, just like moon. Mandala. Shashanka. Shashanka. So moon has different names like in Hindi. So another one is Shashank. Previous one we learnt is Nishakarasya, which also means moon, and Shashank also means moon. Shashanka. Kala Kalapa. Kala Kalapa. Kala. Kala means phases, like different phases of moon, just like I talked, half moon, no moon, full moon. Kalapa. Kalapa means group of those phases. Sampurna. Mandala. Shashanka. Kala Kalapa. Sampurna Mandala Shashanka Kala Kalapa. Shubhra. Shubhra. Shubhra means bright, bright light or shining light. Shubhra. Gunastri Bhuvanan. So again, we'll break it into two words. Gunaha. Gunaha is again a very common word, means qualities. Gunaha. Tribhuvanam. Tribhuvanam means Lord of the three realms. Gunastri Bhuvanan. Shubhra. Gunastri Bhuvanam. Bhuvanan. Tava. Tava means yours. Tava. Langayanti. Langayanti means perceived. Shubhra. Gunastri Bhuvanan. Tava. Langayanti. I'll repeat one more time. Shubhra. Gunaha plus Tribhuvanan. So H will be removed and S will take place because it was a Visarga. So that will be Gunastri Bhuvanan Tava Langhayanti. Langhayanti. Ye. Next line. Ye. Ye. Sanshritas. Sanshritas. Tri Jagadishwara. Sanshritas means dependent beings. Now, whom are they dependent on? Tri Jagadishwara, the one who is superior in all the three worlds. Ye Sanshritas Tri Jagadishwara Natham plus Ekam, which will give us Nathmekam. Nathmekam. Ye Sanshritas Tri Jagadishwara. So how we will combine it? Ye Sanshritas Tri Jagadishwara Natha Mekam. Pronounce it with me so that you will also get clarification like on spot. Ye Sanshrita Sri Jagadishwara Natha Mekam. Kastan. So Kaha is a separate word and Tan is a separate word. Kastan. Kaha. Kaha means who. And Tan. Tan means you. Nivarayati. Nivaryati. Nivaryati. Nivaryati means stop. Like who can stop you? Kastan Nivaryati. Sancharto. 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 Sancharto means wandering, like wandering in a thinking mode. When we are moving from one place to another in a deep thought. So that state is here like Sancharto. Kastan Nivaryati Sancharto. Yatheshtam. Last word we have is Yatheshtam. Yatheshtam. It means according to one's own desire. According to one's own desire when we are moving from one place to another as per our own wish. Kastan Nivarayati Sancharto Yatheshtam. I'll go over the pronunciation one more time of the entire shloka. So try to pronounce it with me. Sampurna, Sampurna, Mandala, Mandala, Shashank, Shashank, Kalapa, Kala, Kalapa, Shubhra, Shubhra, Gunastri Bhuvanan, Gunastri Bhuvanan, Tava, Tava, Langhayanti, Langhayanti, Ye, Sanshritas, Sanshritas, Tri Jagadishwara, Tri Jagadishwara, Natha Mekam, Natha Mekam, Kastan Nivarayati, Kastan Nivarayati, Sancharto Yatheshtam. Yatheshtam. So we'll see like how it looks like when we'll sing. Sampurna Mandal Shashank Kala Kalapa Shubhraguna Bhuvanantavalangayanti Ye Sanshritas Jagdishwarnathmekam Kastani Varayati Sancharato Yatheshtam. Is the pronunciation clear to everyone? Okay.
Actually,
So
just
I'll
do it one
move.
more time anyways. Just do it one more time, please.
Yeah, okay. Sampurna Mandal Shashank Kala Kalapa Shubhraguna Bhuvanantavalangayanti Ye Sanshritas Jagdishwarnathmekam Kastani Varayati Sancharato Yatheshtam. One last time, I'll repeat again for those if something is not clear. Sampurna Mandala Shashank Kala Kalapa Shubhraguna Bhuvanantavalangayanti Ye Sanshritas Jagdishwarnathmekam Kastani Varayati Sancharato Yatheshtam. So let's understand what Manatungaji is trying to say here. Quickly, two observations. What can you see in this picture? I know it's a little bit blurred, but anyone wants to point out like the important figures that you can see here?
So I'm calling Shuchir and Preksha. Please go ahead.
I see Acharya Mantranchari praying to Lord Adinath and three other men that are also praying.
Okay.
Next, I've got
Thank you.
Nisha and Umang.
Yeah.
I see Lord Adinath sitting, and Adinath's face is glowing brightly, and it can also be shown by the day. And there is some pundits doing darshan to them. Also, the snake, it's being healed because it used to be total snake. Now you can see its body and its face. And one Dev, and a king.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Misha. Yes. So as you rightly pointed out, so okay, in the first line, I talked about phases like Kala Kalapa. So phases of moon. We all know like moon has different phases. And when all those phases combine together, when they are grouped together, then what happens? It becomes a full moon, right? Like earlier, so moon, like it starts with little bit like half semicircle, and then it extends, it grows, it fluctuates. Then when all those phases are combined together, it becomes a full moon. But what is happening here is like, as you can see the face of Lord Adinatha, it is already like glowing so much. So Acharya Manatungaji is saying here that, oh, the Lord of Triloka, like the Lord of the three worlds, your virtues are pleasing and bright as the full moon. Moon may be incomplete in itself, but you are already complete. That's what like Sampurna means, you are complete in yourself. Your light is more powerful than the light of the moon. Right. And the other thing in this picture, so you can see like there are three people. right? So what happens is, okay, so the king of the higher realm, like the higher world, so there are like several Indras and Devas. So they are referred to as king. There is no one person who is a king of the higher realm, higher world. Then there comes the middle world where we all live. So there, as you know, like there are different presidents, prime ministers of different countries. There is no one single prime minister for the entire earth or for the entire nation, entire world. No one person is handling like the entire world. There are different positions and authorities are assigned to different persons. And same goes for the lower level as well. But what is being said in this stotra, in this shloka, is that Lord Adinath, you are the king. You are the king of all three realms. Now the big question here is, how is that possible? How can one person be considered as the king of all the three worlds? Brainstorming. Any ideas about it? Why do you think it happened? Or how it happened? Why is Lord Adinath is considered as the king of all the three worlds, three lokas?
So thank you, Ashiji. I'm unmuting Arjit. Arjit, please go ahead.
It's because Adinath is very powerful, and because of his virtues and his and like how good he is, he could make the whole world a better place.
True. But why? Like, okay, we accept this fact that he has very powerful virtues. But okay, what is the most powerful virtue, Arjit? What do you think?
Most powerful virtue is that he can make anybody a better person.
Okay. Can he make anybody a bad person as well?
Yeah. It matters
But
on
isn't it?
what type of karmas you do.
Exactly, yeah. So it all depends like what kind of person we are. It depends on our karmas. So how can he make like someone a better person or a bad person? It's all on our karmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else want to answer?
I've got next. I'm unmuting Amiya.
I think he's king of all three worlds because I think he's like king of all three worlds because he's like really powerful.
Okay. Okay, Amya. What are the 5 vows of Jainism? Like, or anyone else if they want to answer. Or if you can answer, it would be well and good.
I'm next unmuting Swasti.
Non stealing, non lying, honesty, non greediness, ahimsa, aparigraha, anekanvat, and wait, I think I got out of order.
No problem. Anyone else?
I've got next I'm unmuting is Avni Jain or Avani Jain, sorry.
So ahimsa, aparigraha, celibacy, non-stealing, and one more.
Think over it.
I'm not sure about the last one.
Okay, no problem. Anyone else? Which one is left?
I'm going to Krita. Krita, please go ahead.
Ahimsa, prahigraha, brahmacharya, I forgot.
Okay.
Good try. Last time unmuting Jaini and Kea.
Yeah.
Aparigraha, ahimsa, anekantat, celibacy, and truthfulness.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. We are recalling some basics of Jainism also over here. So yeah, as you mentioned, so non-possessiveness, or I'll say like aparigraha, is one of the major important vows of Jainism, right? So as I asked, like why he is known as the king of all three worlds, it is because he do not have anything like to kept with him. The entire world, like the entire region, falls under his capacity. So okay, I'll give you like a very quick example. So once there was a king, and he wanted, like we all know, we all need someone, you know, to guide us, to mentor us, or to help us, like a teacher. So he wanted to like find a teacher for him. So someone told me that whosoever will be having the largest area or largest century or largest region, so you can make him your guru, like you can make him your teacher. So there was like an entire meeting held, and there were different saints came from different region. So he asked them like, okay, how much area you have? So someone told that I have 50 acres of land. Someone told I have 100 acres of land. Someone said like I have 500 acres of land. And there was one person who said, I have 2000 acres of land, like 2000 acres of century. So now the king was like, oh, it's like very big. Is there anyone else who has more than that? So everyone was quiet, like no one else had a bigger share than 2000 acres. So what happened? There was one person who was quiet, like during all this meeting that was happening. So the king asked him that, oh learned man, why are you so quiet? How much land do you have? So why you are not like participating? He said that I have, what I have, I cannot say it. You have to come with me so that I can show you that. So the king and like the other ministers, so they went with that person, with that saint, and he took them to a big like forest. And he said, this is my area. It was like a very vast wide forest. There were so many animals, plants, beings, like insects. There were so many things. And he's like, I am a free person. I am a saint. If I am a saint, I cannot have like the feeling of that, okay, this land belongs to me, or this house belongs to me, or this state belongs to me, or this nation belongs to me. So the one who is not having a feeling of any who do not have any possession, so what he will be left with? The entire thing is his. You don't have to claim anything that, okay, this laptop belongs to me, or this book belongs to me, or this house belongs to me. When you are free, you have the entire thing. Like when you are detached from everything, you have everything already acquired by you. Like you are free from all those detachment. And that's why Lord Adinath is referred to as like the king of all three worlds, because he has crossed that level of all the attachments, be it from like things or be it from the people, like materialistic and non-materialistic, all kinds of attachments. He has got rid of it. That is the reason he is considered as the Lord of three worlds. And why I'm focusing on this Lord of three realms more, because Acharya Manitungaji in this shloka, he has mentioned that there, like the virtues, the kind of virtues that you have, they are not found in any other place, like in any other world. And you yourself, like you are so superior, you are so big that everyone else want to be like you. And you are the only person who is the king, who is like who comes like to the top most when it comes about the worlds. Like in all the three lokas, you are the most intellectual person, and that's why we all want to follow you. And then in the last two lines, so there is a comparison made. You are as free. So non-possession, why I mentioned it. So, okay, if someone is like wandering here and there in his own thoughts, it would be like not really possible to, stop that person when someone is, deeply indulged in their own thoughts. So it's like he will do whatever he wants to do according to his own desire. Yatheshtam. You cannot stop that person, right? So similar to that, like when you accept that fact that nothing is mine, everything in this world is temporary. How we are born? We were born like this, and we'll go like this. It's a fact. You'll see, like, even, whenever a child is born, so he'll always be like this. What he got in his hand, all his karmas. But when he'll die, it would be like that. He shed all of them and maybe acquired some more, but he'll die empty handed. So that free will is referred to as non-possession. That's why Acharya Manatungaji, like overall in this shloka, has focused on the power of non-possession and absolutism. And once we are away from all these attachments, we become free and we will be able to attain enlightenment. Moving on to the purpose. Okay, so this shloka has a very unique purpose. First is like for destroying fear from enemy. So this is like there are multiple uses. So you will find like other shlokas also. If you have like any enemy, so enemy need not to be, in the present, like in the physical form. It could be like enemy which is there inside you. Your enemy is your anger. It could be like your emotion. So enemy could be anything else. So if you have to like get rid of that person, or if you do not like that person, so you can change his thoughts by converting him into a positive person. The other very interesting purpose of this shloka is it helps to cure what related diseases. So in Ayurveda, we have three types of doshas, like three types of flaws: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And each one of you, like everyone, irrespective of religion, so we have like our own, like a person will be associated with that particular dosha. So someone is Vata, someone belongs to the Pitta category, someone belongs to the Kapha category, and someone may be like a mixture of both of them. So the person like Vata, the one with the Vata category, so he'll have like uh, pain, like body pain, dryness, or anxiety, or insomnia, or sometimes like nervousness, anxiety. Like if you have such kind of symptoms repeatedly, so you belong to that Vata category. So to get rid of those symptoms, you can always chant this shloka, and it is like really, really helpful. So Vata means like the one who has more of air element, air and space element. We have shlokas for the other two also, Pith and Kapha, and as we'll move forward, we'll discuss them also. But the major uses, like it helps to destroy the fear from enemy as well as Vata-related diseases. And why enemy? Like as I said, as we discussed in the shloka, like the meaning. So once you become like, free from all kinds of attachment, you won't be having any fear. You will be fearless. So again, I'll invite Arav to recite the shloka story, and then we move on to the questions.
So this is the story of Shloka number 14. Love and lust are two different things. Love is a blessing of fragrance in marital life, whereas lust is a curse and is the cause of all downfalls. The king of Gitpur Nagar in Bihar also fell for lust. His physician prepared a medicine called the Kaltul Kamini for him. It had such a bad effect on the king that he fell for his maid servant. She too lost her balance and was allured by lust. If the beginning any addiction seems small and controllable, but slowly it becomes your master and does not let you free from its clutches. Now the king was controlled by the servant Champa. Lust destroys the accumulated virtues in a man. Shame and discrimination also leaves such a fallen man. The queen came to know about the illicit relations between the king and the servant Champa. She was very much shocked and was worried that the king was setting a very bad example for his subjects. Moreover, how could a fallen king punish others? She tried to make him reason, but the fallen king would see no reason. The queen vowed that she would keep no physical or any other contact with the king. The king was infuriated. He got her thrown into a well in a nearby forest. Queen Kalyani became devoted to God. She was an ardent and faithful follower of the Bhaktamar Stotra and started reciting the powerful mantra. She chanted the 14th and 15th Shlokas with riddhis and mantras. The next day at midnight, the king opened his eyes from sleep, surprised to find Jramba Devi in a very angry mood, standing before him. He fell at her feet and asked for pardon. He promised her that he would keep away from other women. By the grace of the Devi, the queen safely reached home. As a result of the powerful Bhaktamar Stotra, the king was reformed and lived his life with his queen in pure love and devotion.
Thank you so much, Arav.
Welcome.
So, anyone, moral of the story.
So I'm
What do you get from
unmuting
the story?
Vidhi Jain. Vidhi, please go ahead.
Please repeat the question. Actually, I was not able to hear you.
What do you get from the story? Like, what do you think can be the moral of the story?
Actually, I'm sorry, but my internet connection is really low today, so I like hardly hear anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. No problem. So, anyone else wants to share?
But the part that I heard was really nice. I heard some words. What he said.
Okay.
So Vidhi, we will have a link that you can go and review it again. I've already posted it in the chat. Sorry for the bad connection, but you can always review it at home. The link, you'll be able to then hear it more clearer. Okay. Good. Next, I'm unmuting Amia. Amia, please go ahead.
I know. I'm talking. Okay. So I think the moral of the story is that the Bhaktamar Stotra is really powerful, so it's gonna solve your problems.
Okay. But how?
Next, I'm unmuting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's a general question, like, Amia, how, like, okay, you said that Bhaktamar Stotra is very powerful and it's gonna solve problem. How do you think? Like, so far we
Amia,
have
I've
covered
unmuted
14
you.
shlokas. Okay.
Sorry,
Amia, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
how is powerful?
Yeah. Why do you think it is powerful?
I think it's powerful because like never actually thought of that.
Okay. Because your teacher said that's why it's powerful? Or your mom said that's why?
No, it's powerful. That's all I know.
Yeah. Ever thought about this? Like, why everyone says that, okay, Bhaktamar Stotra is very powerful, very powerful. Why do you think? Anyone else? Feel free to answer or raise your hands.
This is actually the faith of kids, right? Faith of kids, and everybody, like in our Jainism, or even this is called sanskar, I would say. Just by default, it's ingrained in everyone's head. Ki, okay, these things are powerful. They're just either Navkar Mantar, Bhaktamar Stotra, or whatever chanting. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I
I'm
can see
unmuting a phone number that's 483. So please tell your name. I'm unmuting you. Please announce your name. It's 4831678. I'm unmuting you. Please announce your name.
Okay. I think that the Bhaktamar Shloka is very powerful because it has been known to prevent incurable diseases and has solved many problems over life, and it also has proof like 45th can cure incurable diseases, and 17 cures gastro diseases, and 6th is for like IQ and everything. So it's been proven. So I think that Bhaktamar is really trustful. And if you chant it with full devotion, the most power will come to you. But even if you don't, Bhagwan will help you find to have full devotion in it, even if you don't.
Very impressive.
Awesome answer, Swasti. Everybody should clap hands for Swasti here.
Yeah.
Very nicely answered,
I think I have
Swasti
to
there.
invite you to my lecture. I think I should invite you to lecture in my college. Very, very good. Very impressive. Anyone else?
I'm
Or if
unmuting
anyone else
Kenisha.
Yeah.
I'm unmuting Kenisha.
Bhaktamar Sutra is like a very powerful sutra because I have seen like a lot, like you have said, a lot of changes have happened in life, and also when I chanted the 6th sloka every day, I didn't even realize my IQ was like going up. So then one day my mama told me that your IQ is going so up. I'm like, how? And then she's like, you practice the 6th sloka so many times. So like also Bhaktamar is a so powerful sutra that one time I just saw like 50% like Bhagwan is not real and everything. But when I thought, when you learn me Bhaktamar, I'm like, Bhagwan is definitely real because I got IQ level, and then one of my gifts were gonna come like 1 month after like we ordered it 1 month before it was gonna come. When I said Bhaktamar Sutra, it came in like 4 days or something. So
wow. Yeah. Excellent. I'm very, very glad to hear this. This is like something very unique that, okay, you get like your gifts, your desires, very quickly. Thank you, Kenisha.
Next, I'm unmuting Arna. A-R-A-A-R-N-A. Arna.
I think the meaning of how Bhaktamar helps you is like, because Bhaktamar praises Lord Adinath, and then Lord Adinath gets happy, so he like gives you blessings and IQs and makes you smart. That also solves the problems.
Okay. But if you will not chant Bhaktamar Stotra, so Lord Adinath will not be happy according to you?
He will, but like not as happy as if you were saying the Bhaktamar Stotra. He will be more happy.
Okay, let's take a situation. Suppose you are stealing. Just suppose, I'm not like offending anyone. Suppose you are stealing, or you're fighting with your siblings, or you're not respecting your parents, but you are chanting Bhaktamar Stotra. So what do you think? In that case, will Adinath Bhagwanji will be happy or not?
He will not be happy.
He will not be happy? So what else over here matters?
All your good deeds and karmas.
Karmas, very good, very good. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Now I want, like, can anyone recite 13th number shloka and 14th number shloka? So whatever we learned today.
So for 13th shloka, I'm calling on Agamya.
Okay. We'll take 1 for 13th shloka and 3 for 14th shloka.
Okay. I'm going to say the 13th shloka.
Go ahead.
Tam kote suranaro rag netrahari निर्शेषनिर्जगत्तयो प्रमाणं बिम्बं कमलिनं वैनिष्करस्य यद्वासरे भवति पाण्डुपलाशकल्पम्.
Very good, Agamya. Thank you.
For the 14th shloka, Shreya and Deepa. Shreya and Deep, go ahead.
Sampurna.
You can switch on your video, it'll be nice.
Huh?
If you switch on your video, it'll be nice to see you chanting. Thank you. Go ahead.
Mandala Shashanka Kalakalapa Shubhra Guna Tribhuvanam Tavalangayanti Ye Sanshritashtrijadishwaranathamekam Kastani Varyayatisano Ratonyatishtam.
Thank you, Deep and Shrey. It was very nice to hear you. So I want everyone else, like whosoever is, sorry, Sidbya.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, I want everyone else, whosoever is like not chanting. So just like join your hands and at least practice so that you'll be able to post like a good video for your homework. The homework will be same, posting the video and in written I want. So yeah, like try to practice it while you are in class. Yeah, sorry, Via, you can go ahead.
I'm calling on Keval Shah. I don't think we ever heard from him before. So Keval, please go ahead. 14th Stotra.
Sampurna Mandala Shashanka Kalakalapa Shubhra Gunastri Bhuvanam Tavalangayanti Ye Samshrita Stri Jagadishwara Nathamekam Kastani Varyati Sancharato Yashreshtam.
Sancharato Yathishtam. Very good. Very good. If you sing it, you will be like able to recite it more properly. Okay, one more.
Okay. I'll leave to you. You tell me who should I unmute. From the screen, you look at the biggest smile and the most smiling face might be picked up by Ashiji. So everybody, have your smiles up. Maybe Ashi might pick you up. Biggest smiles around.
Please raise your hands as well, like whosoever wants to recite. I can see. Okay. Arjit is like, I don't want to get picked up. How about Suchi and what's the full name?
I just want to say one thing. I mean, of course, she is going to select kids. And I'm sorry, I just come in between and say stuff. But I can just see, I did the grid view. And I can just see how kids are like smiling and trying to gain attention and waving hand that pick me, pick me. It's like super cute. I just want to resist saying this. Great job. Great to see your guys' enthusiasm. Okay, Ashi, over to you.
Suchir and Preksha, I'm unmuting you. Please go ahead.
And then we'll go to Surali next.
Okay. Video on if you can, please.
Vaktankwate suranaru gadrahari nisheshanirjata jagat ritayopamanam bimbam kalankamalinam kvanishakarasya yadvasare bhavati pandupalashakalpam. Sampurnamandala Shashanka Kalakalapa Shubhra Gunastri Bhuvanan Tavalangayanti Ye Sanshritas Vegajat Dishavaranat Mekam Kastan Nivaryati Sancharota Yesteshtam.
Very good. It's Sancharto Yatheshtam. No problem. We'll improve with the time. Thank you, Suchira and Preksha.
Ashiji, I forgot the name you told me. Next one was?
Swarali.
Swarali. Okay, give me 1 second to look her up. Sorali, you've been unmuted. Please go ahead.
Which one do I have to say, 13 or 14?
14.
Okay.
Ashish, you have to answer that question.
Sampurnamandala Shashanka Kala Shubhe.
You can look into the book.
Shubhra Guna Shri Bhuvanam Tagalangayanti Ye Sanshrita Trigadishwaranathamekam Kastannevarayati
Sancharato
Sancharato Yateshtam.
Very good, Sorali. Very good. Thank you. Very well sung. And thank you to all the parents who are helping their kids and making our task easier. Big round of applause for all the parents over there in the background.
Give them big hugs also, okay? Just clapping is not enough. You can also give your parents hugs. Social distancing is outside of the home. Inside the home, give them hugs. So I'm going to call on one person on my end today. I'm going to call on Minash Bhai. I've worked with him a lot at Siddhachalam. He's been a regular at all our sessions. And I've had distinct pleasure of working with him and being with him a lot more times than most of you might know him. So Minash, sorry to call you on the spot, but I want to see what your experience has been.
Oh, so far my experience has been really good. It's been very enlightening to hear all the kids and awesome teachers. Ashi ji, it's been a great experience. I've been messaging her and all her learning experience has been very, very good, and it flows effortlessly when she teaches, which is a very big plus. It's like when you really enjoy and you're passionate about it, it'll just flow effortlessly for all of us, which is very, very good. And hats off to the learning and hats off to the sur that you have in all the Stotra recitation. That is very, very good. It comes with a lot of practice and dedication. And of course, knowing said all these years, it's always been great to work with him, great to talk to him every time, message him, and you'd always get a good message back right away from him. So definitely looking forward to, seeing y'all pretty soon sometime at Siddhachalam again. It's been years that I haven't been there. In past few months, of course, I haven't gotten out anywhere, but looking forward to seeing y'all there. And definitely just keep it up. Keep it up the good teaching, and hats off to Aparna ji and Siji for participation and organizing and thinking about such a nice event, and everybody's participation has been great and very, very well applauded.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for helping me with the pronunciation. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you, Minash Bhai. Seriously. And we are planning to go next weekend. The long weekend, we're planning to go to Siddhachalam. If you want to join us, just privately text me and we can figure out.
Sure, absolutely on that.
Yep. Okay, back to you, Ashish.
Thank you, Aparna ji. Good to see you. And all this while that we've spoken back and forth, now we get a chance to see each other.
Right. I'm like, I've seen you in both the sessions. I mean, you mentioned it before. So I was like, okay, we want to know your feedback. How's it going? How do you like it? So good.
Oh, it's awesome. It's great. And I'm sure it'll get greater and greater with each passing day.
Awesome. Good.
They're all kids and youth at heart here to learn. That's what it matters.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Okay.
All right. So Ashi, so you're going to go over homework now. And then also, I think kids were not sure about this weekend that we were going to cover 2 shlokas each day. And you can repeat that also, one more time. Okay, over to Ashi.
So the homework will be, the homework will be same. So you have to write 13th and 14th shloka. This time your workload will be little bit more, but I'm sure it's for your own good. So 13th and 14th shloka 3 times, and same like video. You have to post a video on Flipgrid of both the shlokas. As of now, tomorrow we'll be covering like 2 more shlokas. So it would be like all in total 4. And the reason being like why we covered 2 shlokas, like we have increased the shloka amount. It's because like your school will be opening also like soon, and then now, as I said in the beginning as well, now we know like how to use this knowledge. Now we have got like some keys. We have already got 12 keys, and we have unlocked already 12 locks. So like I thought like you'll be having more interest and enthusiasm to now we are like, okay, now I have to open like all the locks very quickly. So that's why we just like increase the pace of learning, and you are like very active listeners and very good participants. So it shows like you are very well like catching all the things. So if anyone wants me or Neelamji, like anytime you want us like to slow down, we are open for that. Do not hesitate to share your experience. And yeah, like from now onwards, we'll be covering 2 shlokas each session.
Ashiji, I know Saina wants to go ahead and speak the mantra in Riddhi for Shloka 14. So I'm going to go and unmute Saina, and then we'll go towards the last part of the class.
Yeah.
So Saina, I've tried to unmute you. Have you been unmuted?
Yeah.
Go ahead, beta.
Sampurna Mandala Shashanka Kala Kalapa Shobhraganasti Bhuvanam Tavalankayanti Ye Samshrita Sri Jagateshwara Nathamekam Kastanivarayati Sancharato Yathashtam Om Namo Bhagavati Ganavati Mahamanasi Swaha Om Rim Aram Namo Vyulamadhinam Sham Sham Namah Swaha.
Very good, Saina. Hats off to your like Sanskrit reading skills. In first go, I also cannot read like so fluently. Very, very, very good. Very well sung as well.
I think Ashiji, I just saw her father behind. I just want to appreciate dads also and parents actually in the room. It's because of you guys, we look very good in front of everybody. So really, thank you for being around and always being encouraging the kids. Really appreciate it, Bhaiya. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, you're muted. Sorry, Bhaiya. Go ahead.
I would say since Hitesh is there, if he can today close the session, I'm sorry it wasn't planned. But he can actually, he's a very good singer and Navkar Mantar 3 times.
Awesome.
Sure, I can do that. And thank you, the whole team, for such a great effort. And the whole credit goes to Saina's Bua and Saina's mom. The Bua is making so much of effort, Aparna and Sid Bhaiya and Ashi yourself. Manju Didi, so yeah, she's the head. We don't forget to take her name, but it's just by default. We are all under the one umbrella, but it's a great effort. So let me know whenever you want me to chant Navakar Mantra. Should we go?
Yeah.
Okay. Namo Arihantanam Namo Sethanam Namo Ayariyanam Namo Vachayanam Namo Loe Savasahunam He so panchanamokaro Sava pavapanasano Mangalanancha savesim Padamam havai mangalam Om Namo Arihantanam Om Namo Sethanam Om Namo Ayariyanam Om Namo Vachayanam Namo Loe Savasahunam एसो पंच नमोकारो सब पावपणासनो मंगलानं च सव्वेसिं परमं हवै मंगलम्। नवकार मंत्र है न्यारा, इसने लाखों को तारा, इस महामंत्र का जाप करो, भव जल से मिले किनारा। नमो अरिहंताणं, नमो सिद्धाणं, नमो आयर्याणं, नमो वछायाणं, नमो लोये सवसाहुणम्। एसो पंच नमोकारो सव पावपणासनो मंगलानं च सव्वेसिं परमं हवै मंगलम्, परमं हवै मंगलम्। बोला आदिश्वर भगवान की जय, बोलो श्रीमान तुंगाचार्य जी की जय, बोलो 24 तीर्थंकरों की जय, जिन शासन देव की जय। Thank you.
Awesome, Bhaiya. That was so nice, so melodious.
Thank you so much.
We're blessed to have you, Bhaiya, today. Really blessed.
Thank you.
I know some people want to still recite, but the class is officially ended. We will call on one or two people who wanted to really recite. So, Swasti and Atisha, I'm going to go and unmute you. And then one more person after that. Please, I really request you guys to go and do it on Flipgrid.
Can
I request everybody.
Say 1 to 10?
Yeah, but 1 second. Just wait 1 second. I just request everybody, please, your enthusiasm is very good. The class time is less. Record it on Flipgrid. We will review it and the teachers can actually give you feedback if there are any words not correctly pronounced. Atisha, Swasti, please go ahead.
Bhaktamara pranetamoye mani prabhana mudyutakam dalita papatamo vidanam samyak pranamya jena padayugam yogada valambaram bhavajale patatam jananam yah sanstuta sakalavanmayatat vabodha dudut buddhi pachubhi suralokanathay stotra jagat traya chitta hare rudhare stoshe kilamabhitam pratamam janendram buddhya vinapi vibhudachita padapitham stotum samodatamati vidatatrapoham valam vihaya jalasan siddhumindu bimba manyaka ekshati jana sahasagrahetum Vaktum gunan gunasamodasa shantakantan kaste shamasuru guru pratimopi buddhya kalpavakara pavano datana krachakram kovantari tumalamam bujim bujavyam soham tathapi tav bhaktivashan munisha karatum savam vigata shakti rapit pravritya Prityatma viryamavacharvanamandakaram Nabeti kim nijishisho paripalanatam Alprushutam shrutavatam parihasadhama Tvadha bhakti reva mukhari kurute balanam यद् कोकिलः किलमधो मधुरं विरोति तत्श्यामचारुकलिका निकरे कहेतु त्वत्संस्तवेन भव सन्तति सन्निबद्धम् पापं शनशयुमुपैति शरीरभाजाम् आक्रान्तलोपमलिनीलशेषमाशु सूर्यांशु भिन्न भविष्यार्वरमदकारम् मद्वेति नाथ तव संस्तवनं मयेद मारप्युते तनुदयापि तव प्रभावा चेतु हरेशति सदा नलिनेन्दलेषु मुक्ता फलद्युतिमुपैति ननोदबिन्दु आस्तान्तव स्तवनमास समस्तदोषं त्वत्सङ्कटापि जगतां दुरितानि हन्ति दूरे सहस्र किल न कुरुते प्रभैवान् पद्माकरेषु जलजानि विकासभाञ्जी नात्यद्भुतं भुवनभूषण भूतनाथ भूतेर्गुणैर्भुवि भवन्तमविष्टुवन्त तुल्या भवन्ति भवतो ननु तेन किं वा भूत्याश्रितं याहि अनात्मशतं करोति। जय जनेन्द्र।
Thank you so much, Swasti and Atisha. Very, very nice. Congratulations for doing 1 to 10. Now I need somebody, a volunteer for 11 to 14. I want one hand up for 11 to 14. I'm going to go with Vidhi. Hopefully your connection is better now, Vidhi. You'll try now. I've unmuted. Try to unmute you, Vidhi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
दृष्ट्वा भवन्तमनिमेष विलोकनीयम् नान्यन्त्रदोषमुपयाति जनस्य चक्षु पित्वापयं शशिकरद्युतिदोग्धसिन्धु चारं जलं जलनिधेरसितुं कयिचित् येषान्तरागरुचिभिः परमाणुभिस्त्वनिर्मापित त्रिभुवने कललामभूत तावन्त एव खलु ते प्रणव पृथिव्या यत्ते समानमपरं न हि रूपमस्ति वक्त्रं कवते सुरनरोगनेत्रहारि विशेषनिर्जित जगद्रितयोपमानं बिम्बं कलङ्कमलिनं कर्निशाकरस्य यद्वासरे भवति पाण्डुपलाशकल्पम् सम्पूर्णमण्डलशशाङ्ककलाकलापं शुभ्रागुणा त्रिभुवनेक तव ललाग्यान्ति ये संस्थिता श्रीजगदीश्वरनाथमेकं हस्तानि वारयति सञ्चरतो यथेष्टम्. Thank you.
Very good, Vidhi.
Very good. So I'm going to ask somebody to volunteer for tomorrow 1 to 13 stotras at the start of the class. I would like to do it in pairs, just like we did with stotras, and I want to give somebody a chance who's not done it yet. So I know some people have already done this. So
1 to 14, bhaiya.
Yeah, 1 to 14. Sorry, tomorrow. So Kriti, will you do tomorrow 1 to 14? Kriti, will you do 1 to 14 tomorrow?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
good.
sir.
Perfect. So you'll start tomorrow's after the morning. Two things are done. Miss Ashi will call you to do the 1 to 14
Yes,
recitation.
sir.
Okay?
Yes, yes.
Very good. Okay. And tomorrow evening, tomorrow after, towards the end of the class, like we did right now, we'll call 2 volunteers who've not done anything yet. So Arjit, one of them is going to be you. I know you've been raising your hand. We'll call you tomorrow towards the end. And okay, very good. And then Kashvi, we have not heard from you in a long time. So can you do recitation of 1 to 14 tomorrow?
I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, so I can't.
Oh, no worries. Okay. Thank you, Kashvi, for being. I'm going to look for Pragya. No worries, beta. Very good. Thank you for being.
Yeah,
So,
I can do it.
1 to 14. So we'll call you towards the end of the class after Q&A, just like we did morning and first part of the session and second part of the session. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes, everybody, thank you very much for being with us for this long. It's almost 2 hours now in the clock. This is so nice. I leave the last words for Aparna Didi, but this has been a great experience. Thank you for being supportive with us. Thank you all. Have a lovely evening.
Hats off to the kids from India, especially. You know, I know Vidhi, I'm sure there must be many other kids too like that. I mean, it's what, 1:30 a.m., almost like 1:20 a.m. and they're up at this late night. My gosh, fully alert and learning.
Very good, everyone.
Blessings are just pouring on all of you. Truly, like blessings are just pouring on all of us who all are attending these sessions, learning these. This is amazing. We didn't cover this, but I'm like really curious to know how many of these kids, they knew anything about Bhaktamar Stotra before these sessions began? Or how do they learn? Like, how do they practice every week? How much time do they spend? Or how? That's what I want to know, like their experience, learning experience.
So what we will do is, kids, we will send a small survey out on WhatsApp. We'll put 2 or 3 questions on it. If you don't have your account directly, if your parents are accessing it, then you'll have to ask your parents saying, my teachers told me, Ashiji told me that we're going to send a small survey asking 2 questions. 1, did you know Bhaktamar before coming in this class? And if not, how are you preparing, and you know, how are you learning it at home and coming into the class and reciting it so well?
Like, do you recite every day, or do you, like when there's a new, shloka introduced, how many times do you practice? Do you go back to watch videos? You know, stuff like that. We'll come up with questions. But I would
we'll put all these questions in the survey.
I think we have 2 hands of the kids want to answer now. So I'm going to give Arjit the chance first and then Kriti. Arjit, go ahead. What is the answer?
What's the best website to learn the Bhaktamar? Because the book I'm learning from has a lot of spelling mistakes and pronunciation mistakes.
Yeah, do you want to put? Should we put the name here? We'll put the.
Arjit, I'll put the answer in the chat. You can take it from there, okay? Kriti, go ahead.
In the chat.
So my mother works in the kitchen, so when I have free time, she's doing work. So me and my mother like sing together, and like whenever Monday, Tuesday, because I have online classes after 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Me and my mother say chant to 1 to like how many ever we know stotras. So we revise it so we can get 1 to 14 or 1 to wherever we are like stopping.
Very good.
For this session, I didn't knew that we had a Bhaktamar session. So my mother, my mama told me that you can join this session. It'll be useful for you and your mother because we have lots of problems in our house, and my dad has lots of problems. So you can chant these slokas. You can learn. So you even my mama was joined, but he learned it from some other from Manju Jain, so he knows now what all the stotras and all the other mantras and these. So he came 2-3 days first in the Bhaktamar session, but now he doesn't come. So me and my mother sits together, and then we recite and look for the meetings for the Zoom. Now also my mother is sitting next to me.
Can we see your mom?
Hello, ma'am. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. actually before this sessions, Kriti doesn't know about Bhaktamar also, and now she's every day, whole day she will be practicing Bhaktamar only.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you so much, Ashi ma'am, Sid sir, Aparna ma'am, Neelam ma'am.
And Neelam ji is not here today, but
She'll be here tomorrow.
She'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say there are two websites that YouTube is full of information. Of course, you can listen to Podwal, Lata Mangeshkar ji, and like so many Kavita Krishnamurti ji, and even Arohi Rageshwari Didi. Who
Even Kriti knows to sing in this version. She used to sing in Lata Mangeshkar's sing also, and even in ROE, and she sings
Very
like
good.
that also.
Excellent.
Kriti,
There are,
tomorrow
like,
morning,
so
we
many-
want your singing voice on.
Yeah, sure, sir. She will do it.
Yes. And one thing I just want to say again that so there are multiple resources out there, but these sessions are getting recorded and they are getting posted on drmanjujain25.com. So information for all the shlokas is there, but then there's another website, Ashi's website, bhaktamarhealing.com also. So all
BhaktamarMantraHealing.com. Sorry.
Yeah, you have
Sorry,
already sent it, ma'am. I have
I'm
seen
sorry.
it.
I thought I typed that, so I did that wrong. Ashi, you can correct that. So you
Yashi,
can.
please start the corrected one.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
I can't. I mean, chat is disabled from my end.
Even because of Kriti, I'm also
No, in
learning
WhatsApp.
all
In
the
WhatsApp group.
slokas by
Ashi,
you.
in WhatsApp group.
Okay. Okay.
So you
Sorry,
can.
go ahead.
Sorry. Only the main thing is information from these sessions is getting recorded on drmanjujain25.com, but you can access any website for
Yeah,
whatever you.
sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you all bright tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. California West Coast Time, Canada, Vancouver, and then coming from India, 11:30 p.m. So you guys are all awesome. We'll all see you tomorrow. Jai Jinendra, good night, good day, and good afternoon, and good morning.
Hey, everyone.
Yes, Ninder, good night, and have a beautiful day. All right, bye.
Bye, everyone. Smiling faces.
Let's
At least have
start
your video on
teaching.
when you leave. At least have your video on before you leave.
And one more thing, let's just Bhaiya even encourage these kids. I'm learning this word Kritigyosmi to use it instead of thank you. Anita Didi says, we should be using that word.
Kritigosami. Yes, it is Kritigyosami. Kritigyosmi. Kritigyosmi, everyone.
All right, I'm ending the meeting. Jai
All right.
Jinendra. Bye.
Bye. Jai Jinendra.
Bye, everyone.